Okay, we're live and welcome back again. I know I was just in here and I wanted to come and introduce you all to the beautiful Amanda Turner. She is my secret weapon. Welcome, Amanda.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, so let everyone, you're based in Utah. Is it nearly getting sunny there or is it still chilly?
Still chilly, spring weather. It's probably what, 60s? Oh, I don't know if everybody
Yes,
can know what that means.
60s is
60
like
degrees
20.
Fahrenheit?
There's people from the States. There'll be people from the States listening in, so all good. 60s is about 20 degrees Celsius. So nice. That's nice. That's about what it is here at the moment. So we're probably the same. And the reason why I wanted to get Amanda on was Amanda is going to be the marketing mindset coach for Coach Co. Yay! That means that you guys, this is like such a gift because you guys get access to Amanda each and every week on a live group coaching call where when all your shiz comes up about putting yourself out there, doing a Facebook Live, doing a Facebook ad, putting a webinar, asking people to work with you, that's a big one, right, Amanda? But before I go to that, I want to go to all these scenarios that come up for people, right? But before I do that, I want to let people know how I know you. And I know Amanda through the Life Coach School. She is certified and truly amazing to the point where when I was doing my certification, I would probably be like crying in the corner. I can't do this, it's so hard. And Amanda would just do it all perfectly to the highest level and completely blow my mind. And so much so that I was like, I need your help with my own stuff as well. So I have been coaching with Amanda. I can verify that she is so transformational because I have been coaching with her for at least 6 months, I think, maybe more. And just the ability she has to cut into the exact issue and let me see my mind. And there's nothing even, I can't even explain it because it's so great. And she can do it in even just a short period of time. Just come in, and that's what's going to happen on these group calls. You can come, bring your mindset challenges, and Amanda's going to be able to coach you one-on-one in the group environment. And she's also going to put together some cool trainings. But what I wanted to share is I want to kind of get your coaching philosophy, the tools that you use out there. So do you want to just give me an idea of how you like to coach or your coaching philosophy, just so everyone can get a sense of what that is too, while I just do a sound check over here?
Of course. Okay, so like Victoria said, I went to the Life Coach School, and at the Life Coach School, they teach something called the model. And in the model, I wish I had a little thing here, but I don't. It's CTFAR, and that stands for your circumstances, the C, your thoughts about the circumstance, your thoughts create your feelings create your actions, and your actions create your results. So it kind of goes in the flow of how things happen. So circumstances, like the facts of something that's going on, like you get an email from someone and they say something about your business, or you get a negative review about something that you're offering. So that would be in the circumstance line. It's like, oh, that's a fact because we can prove it, that it's true. And then you're going to have a thought about it, and that could range from negative to positive, who knows. And then you're going to have your feelings will come from whatever you're thinking, whatever's going on in your brain. And that feeling is going to fuel your actions. So if you're feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, those feelings are going to have a huge impact on the actions that you do. And those actions are what create your result in the end. So I call this, that's the model. That's one of the tools that I use, but I'm also what I like to call a causal coach. So my job is to show you your mind, what's going on for you in your mind right now. And I like to think of it as like when you're weeding. When you're weeding your garden, if you don't get the roots out, then you just have to go back again a couple days later and there's the weed again, right? For me, it's like, no, we're going to dig down and we're going to get every single piece of that root and we're going to check that out.
Yeah.
So that's how I think of causal coaching. It's like, let's get the root out, get rid of the whole thing, and then we can move forward and not have to worry about that weed again.
Yeah, and I love that so much. And do you know, one of my favorite things about coaching with you is those analogies that enable you to see it so much more clearly, the behaviors that even do come up time and time again, but how quick we are to just want to avoid a feeling, but then rationalize that, right? But oh, it's because of this, and we think it's because of another, you know, something we believe to be true, when really that's just a thought. And you know, like I have that thought of, well, there's other people doing what I do, and I'm sure a lot of other coaches, you know, we've coached on this, right? Well, there's already somebody else teaching life coaches how to market. Like, I don't think anyone's going to buy my stuff, right? Who's going to buy my stuff? And can you tell me, like, the peach story that we've gone through? I like the peach one. So Phil, let's just share that one, because I love that one.
Into that. So yeah, when I was coaching you through this, it's like, well, this specific person is a banana. This other specific person is a pineapple. And Victoria, you're a peach.
Yeah.
Some people want the banana. Some people want the pineapple, but there are people out there that are craving peaches.
Yeah.
So you've got to put yourself out there so all the people looking for a peach can get what you're offering.
Yes, and that it's okay that there's other people looking for the banana and the pineapple, because who doesn't love a peach the most out of those three?
And, yeah, they're banana and pineapple people. We're not looking for those people. We're looking for peach people.
So true. And it's so funny how it's just easy for those little thoughts to just become part of what you do when they keep coming up. Whereas if that comes up, you know, you're in Coach Co and it comes up, oh, Victoria told me that, because I'm all up in that model, I'm all up in your A-line, right? Like, I'm going to give you the actions that you need that I know work. But what I do know is that when I give you those and you don't do them, there's something going on in the T-line that is a barrier. And so I want Amanda to get you to see some of those thoughts, bust through them by just really seeing them. I will still have that plan, and I've got you back to give you the next steps in the A-line. So the actions that are going to get that result that you want, but we want to kind of start banishing those thoughts that are going to be keeping you stuck, and maybe also some of the reasons why you've done other programs and maybe they haven't worked, or why you haven't put your offer out there. I was speaking to a beautiful life coach this morning, and she was saying, well, I feel kind of a bit sleazy if I offer, you know, if I put that out there. How could I really, like, if I go to talk about the money, it just feels like I'd rather just offer it up without asking for payment, because it's when I go to ask for payment that it feels like I kind of freeze up, so then I don't make the offer. And I know that I've been speaking to this in the workshop sessions over the last week about how easy it is to fall into the free coaching, because we get to do everything we love, right? Coach, let's do it. Let's go. And I've been loving showing up in this group like that, right? Because it's easy. There's no one's going to, even if you think I'm a bit freaky when I get on live, I don't care, because there's nothing not to love about me coming in and giving you some beautiful value at no charge, right? But at least I'm doing this to many, right? I've got one to many. So sure, there'll be some people that don't jive with me and kind of like exit out of the group. But what I'm doing is I'm making the most of my time, even though I'm not making money from that specific session. I'm reaching more people. Whereas a lot of people are like, oh no, we'll kind of keep all our cookies over here and we'll just give them away like one-on-one. And so you're just taking up more and more time that is really, it's kind of like a buffering, you know, we talk about, you might even want to share about buffering too, that in a way, sometimes that can be buffering too, the not wanting to put your offer out there. Coaching people or being in coach groups or free groups, talking to other people, you're all doing that passive action thing, right, Amanda, where maybe we'll get our book out and let's review how we're supposed to do that perfectly, rather than taking, you know, some of that imperfect action and getting it out there. So do you want to share a little bit about how that kind of buffering thing works? That resistance.
There are two different things that I think that I've been thinking about as you've been talking. The idea, the money thing. A lot of people have a lot of opinions and beliefs, really deep-seated beliefs about money. So when people start noticing how they feel yucky about asking people for money, that's when it's important to say, okay, we need to dig down deep into what your beliefs are about money and what you believe about yourself and your program. Because if you have a really strong belief in the value of your program, then you'll feel a little bit less anxious about asking people to pay for it, right? I think those are two different things you need to dive down into. Is like, what are your beliefs about money and value, and what value do you believe you have right now, your business? And about the sleazy thing, I had a coach that I coached about this recently, and I had to kind of frame it in a different way for her. She's like, well, I don't want people to, pay me money maybe they won't like my program. She had all these thoughts, and I told her, okay, I wanted you to think of your program as a puppy. And there are people out there that are begging for your puppy. And you're looking at your puppy like, oh, maybe it's not good enough. And, oh, I'm not sure. It's like, okay, no. It's like, there are people who are looking for your puppy. So what you need to do is talk about your puppy, and don't be scared to say, hey, this beautiful puppy, it does this, this, and this, and it costs this much.
Yeah, so good. Just being able to look at it in a different way rather than just tying yourself up in knots and then thinking you've got to go and add more to, like, go and get more puppies, because some people don't necessarily, they want a puppy, but they don't want 2 or 3 of them. That's a whole lot of work, right? You don't necessarily have to add. The beauty can be in just having that one single offer that people want. And
if it gets too complicated, then people are like, whoa, that's just too much for me.
It's the overwhelm.
I've worked with a coach. I worked with a woman who wanted to keep adding and adding and adding things to her business. She's like, I just need to create more value and more value because they're not seeing the value in it. It's like, well, wait a minute. You're tying your worth, she was tying her worth to her business. Like, if I create more value, then people won't leave, or there will be more people that come. It's like, well, what if you're just making it too complicated? Let's take a look at, you are already offering something completely amazingly valuable. What if we step back from overwhelming yourself with all of these extra things and getting really good at what you're already offering, which is amazing?
So good, because it's so easy to think, oh, if something's not selling, I'll make it cheaper, especially if you've got that thought that you don't have the value there. Or it must be people aren't buying because of the price, it's too expensive, or because one person told you they can't afford it. All of a sudden you put that whole judgment on your offering. But the second part is, what if we've got this imposter syndrome of thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, or they're not going to think it's valuable, so I need to add more stuff in. And I've used this analogy before too about, I love, in America you call it a buffet. We call it a buffet here too, but sometimes we call it a smorgasbord. But, I am mad. That's all my eating issues coming up when I go to a place like that, right? Like when I've been to Las Vegas and I go to those big buffets, I am like, oh, excellent. I need to eat all the things. I instantly go into scarcity mode and think, oh my God, and then there's a cake, and then there's like the prawns or shrimp as you guys would call it, and then I've got like plates. I am just like greedy, personified, but that's another thought. But anyway, I'm going mental. I'm eating all the things. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my goodness, net negative effect is bad. It's really bad, and I cannot move, and I feel so sick. And so, but that's even if I did consume everything, which I can't because there's so much, but I'm not leaving with any benefit. And look, it's different for a program, I know, but it's so funny how easy it is to get overwhelmed or overstuffed with all the things, and just us as coaches thinking we have to add all this stuff. That's the beautiful thing about the work that we'll do in Coach Co as well, where we're going to really look at where your client or your ideal client is right now, where they want to go, and what are those repeatable steps to get there, so that we can refine it and kind of leave behind the other stuff. And I think that when you get clearer about that, it makes it easier to constrain, because constraint is another challenge that many coaches have, or we can have it in real life too, right, Amanda? Constraining ourselves to that one. That's why I say one amazing offer. Until you do 6 figures with one amazing offer, don't be adding more. Like I was even listening to a live the other day of someone saying, yeah, well, you can have your low price offer, like, you know, $27 tiny offer, whatever, and then add this other thing and add. My sister even didn't listen to me. You know, I don't know. How dare she not listen to me? But, you know, she's gone back in with another business, starting another business. And she's like, so I'm just going to do that $27 offer. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that offer. It is like, it's so much work. I've tried it myself because everyone was talking about it. I thought, oh, maybe, you know, this is a good idea. I'm like, don't do that offer. Unless you are dedicated to, you know, pulling together these complicated funnels and this, that, and the other, which I knew she hasn't got the experience with. I said, it's gonna be tough, right? And she's like, oh, no, well, I'll just start it, because she thought by offering something for 27, more people would buy it, and it wouldn't be so kind of just soul destroying if people didn't buy it, as if she was a bit scared about offering. I told her to offer her thing for $3,000, and look, she sold like 4. I think she ended up selling it for $40 too, which I said is not. If you're going to do the lower price, you have to do it less. But anyway, I said, now do you see where the $3,000 offer comes in? Because she's having a meltdown. I hate ads. I hate it. And I'm like, there's an easier way if you'd listen to me. But it's funny how we think the answer is in going a lower price, when really that constraint can be a bit of an issue. So what other things do you see, you know, in the, I know that you coach some coaches, and then you coach other people in weight loss as well, and other sort of mindset drama that comes up. Or even, maybe I'll pose this one to you. Another common one that I hear from life coaches, I'll get your take on a few different ones, is the niche, like picking a niche. I don't know, some life coaches have that one, right? So what are your thoughts, like what talk me through kind of things that you've seen, or ways to, I mean, I think this is where it can be great to get some help in clarifying that, rather than, it can be a little difficult to see on your own, because those thoughts immediately come up of, oh, how can I only pick that one? Or I want to help everyone. That's another common thought. But I want to help people. I don't want to exclude people. Yeah, have you got any kind of thoughts or advice or ideas on that sort of stuff?
I went through this drama myself, lots of drama about this, and I was trying to help everyone. Like you said, it's like, oh, well, I see a need here, and I see a need here, and I see a need here. And it was just, instead of going in one direction, like, oh, I have a goal, I'm going to help someone, it was like, oh, I see all this need, I'm going to help nobody. That's kind of how it ended up. Because if you start in one place and you have a direct goal, it's like, oh, I see my path, and you get there and you help people. But if you get into that drama of, but I want to do everything, then you're in this spot, and it's almost like you're being pulled 5 different directions, right? And you never get anywhere. You just stay exactly where you are, because you're constantly like pulling this way, and then you pull this way, and then you pull this way. And so it's almost like you're going in this really weird circle, this wobble almost. You never get anywhere. But if it's like, nope, I'm going to help these people right now, because that's the one I feel the most strong about. That's where I have the most drive and the most knowledge. Boom, that's where I'm going. And yeah, I'll think about these, you know, I can put those on the back burner. It doesn't mean I'm never going to do it.
Yes.
But this is what I'm doing. And then you have an end point, a goal. Then you can move forward. You're pulling all of your effort in one direction instead of 5 different directions and never going anywhere.
Yeah, makes such a difference. And I mean, I'm a massive fan of the niche, so you're not going to get any arguments there from me. But I think it's a common drama that's easy to fall into, and that's the one that you probably will fall into, particularly because I will be giving you the framework to get specific and to pick a horse and ride it, rather than trying to ride 2 horses or 3 horses at once. If we're talking analogies, that can be difficult. So this is the beautiful thing, is that there'll be strategies, and you might have some resistance, and then Amanda will be there, so you just can ask Amanda. She will unlock that for you and keep you moving through. So we've got that perfect side by side, marketing strategy, the step-by-step that you want, but the opportunity to get the support through the mindset stuff that's going to come up. And that's what stops a lot of people from moving and getting their offers out there and actually making consistent sales. So another thing that can actually happen is that people immediately start getting yes, selling cases like pick a horse and ride it. Yeah, that one resonates with people because they can really see how they can't ride more than one horse at a time and how difficult that is. But the other thing I was going to say about the, I've lost it because I got distracted about that thing. But I had a really good point about how, us being able to be side by side or having the opportunity to get your mindset and your marketing sorted out so that you're not staying stuck or not completing things. I did have another really good nugget of something to share, but it totally fell out of my head. So anyway, that's okay. That's what happens when we're just winging it live and letting everyone know that this is the place for you. So if you are being called to join us, because I know Amanda, will just be like, come and bring me all the people, Victoria, I want to coach them. I said to Amanda once, would you like to, is it okay if you do my coaching with this? And she goes, that's like asking me if I want a free ice cream. Like, I cannot think of anything I'd rather do. And I'm like, you are my lady. You are my woman. I truly love what you bring and how you help myself transform and others as well. I recommend you to anyone I can and the fact that she said yes, I'm like, are you sure you want to come and like coach my beautiful new Coach Co members, which is open now today. The link is victoriagibson.com/coach. Come and join us because we have a weekly live mentoring with Amanda. You will get her goodness on your mindset challenges. She is ready, willing, and able, waiting for you to come. So please come. And Amanda, thank you, especially through our tech dramas trying to go live with this.
Totally fine.
It's just tech. It's okay. It's not a problem. Yeah. So, but we got there in the end, and hopefully I might even be able to steal you to come back. But otherwise, all the goodness will be in Coach Co. Please come and join us. We cannot wait to take you to that next level. So thanks, love. Mwah. I'll talk to you soon. Don't jump off. I'll stop this and then I'll talk to you on there.